And hello everybody, and welcome back to the stream, or if it's your first time here, welcome, and we are back. So, yesterday we started Slay the Princess, and really interesting game, very intriguing game. We got 2 of the endings that we require. I have no idea how many are left, but we're going to try and get as many as we can while going through this very intriguing visual novel. And I hope you guys have been having a good time. And it's a good, chill, interesting, vibing time, because I do indeed like it quite a bit. It's a very intriguing idea, the way this game works. But yeah, so last time we got Adversary and we got Thorn. I have no idea what we're going to go for this time, but I'm just going to keep trying to go... I'm going to try and go for as many of the non-perfect endings as possible. Then we'll do like a really like the sweetest possible ending at when we're nearing the end of the game, nearing game completion. It's kind of funny to say though, because Thorn was actually a very sweet ending. But you know, if we stumble into stuff like that, then that's just how it will be. But yeah, so hope you all having a good time, and let's try and get back into this real quick here. Alright. Drawing assets to use for veggie products. I want the start button to launch an app or program to have vines around it when the cursor hovers over it. Ooh, I like that. Could have maybe like a little GIF animation that shows the vines like crawling around the button whenever you hover over it. That'd be cool. Alright. Here we go. I'm gonna minimize. Uh-oh. Look, I know how to code that already. I just need to draw the assets. Very good. Let me see. Is the game coming up? Yes, it is. My mouse keeps double-clicking. Okay. Will we get some spooper Minecraft after Slay the Princess done? Yeah, sure. Why not?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You're finally awake! You were trying to cross the border too, right? Like us and that thief over there. Slay the princess for the emperor! What end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Is this where Urinal Septum went? No, he went to Ganon Priory. This is different. That kind of princess locked away in a basement and the world.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Can someone else do this?
That were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
This shack isn't gay non-priory, then it must be straight non-priory. Well, considering the type of shit that happens in this game, I would agree with that, yes. I'm pretty sure that the main character is male.
Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
So last time we got the hunted, and then we tried to walk away, and that's what cleared the ending out. But what if we try to walk away at the very beginning? Forget it, I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
The only thing that matters is where I am not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin? Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
I don't understand how this can be this way if the narrator isn't sus as hell and also controlling certain aspects of the world. It's certainly not very clear what the narrator does and does not control.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Because also, like, I'm still wondering if the narrator is also just one of our voices. Just telling us what's happening, pretending to know what's supposed to happen, but also not telling us what we need, everything we need to know? I don't know. It's very cerebral. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness till I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Are the American presidents going to come on television and start telling us to shoot at the cabins? Wonder.
As you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction,
Jesus,
there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? Well, you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
people trying to sell fonts for $40 when I can just download a preview image and use it as a reference photo. Fucking weird. People trying to sell a font for that much.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Stranger. Let's see.
You're on a path in the woods.
There's a wall!
At the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Oh, you bastard! You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Voice the
The
contrarian.
entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
I don't think it's just you. I think that also was happening earlier, yes.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Serbian Naruto got prolonged. Uh-oh. If I can't run away from the cabin, then I'm just staying here in the woods forever. Stay in the woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Ah. You motherfucker. Yep, okay. Heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
I read that as got pregnant and I was concerned for your mental health. Serbian Naruto M-Preg. Uh-oh. Confirmed.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind. The cabin
Row
interior
C.
is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that, but when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Ooh. I'm gonna be real with you. If this was my head, this wouldn't be allowed on Twitch. Uh-oh.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
I come in and people are questioning Oiko's mental health. Seems like old times. I mean, we were mostly questioning M-Preg, Serbian Naruto, but my mental health is not at all in question. It's obviously out there.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
They have 2 VAs doing all the voices. Holy shit. That's funny. But everyone sounds the same.
Okay. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Kakashi and Zabuza sound the same. Oh, goodness. Man, it's the Spider-Man meme where he's pointing at himself, except it's just voices.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
We're not gonna take the blade this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Soft stairs on the right, harsh stairs to the left. Well, we're unarmed, so clearly we take the harsh stair.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
What the fuck is happening?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Walked into the fridge and fucking died? Well, I guess not, because now we're here.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
We're a popsicle man now.
And why are we here again?
Or popsicle
In
bird.
case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to...
He's just being an ass. We remember, though I'm still not sure if we should just trust you. Let's just talk to her for a bit, try to get bearings. She seems normal. Sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching you stare at me for a long, long time.
He's that one dip someone bought that is open, but no one wants to finish it, so it's been there for ages because everyone forgot it's there. Oh god.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
I don't think she likes us. Wouldn't you be skeptical of someone stumbling in here if you were her?
We lost ourselves the second we stepped into this place. I don't know how long she's been here, but I can't imagine it would be easy for her to trust anyone. Those eyes, though. They're so sharp. It's just deception. Don't buy into it. You can do this.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again,
What the fuck?
it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
We can do that?
Whoa!
I don't like this. It's those
Is this
cabins all
becoming
over
a
again.
harem manga?
Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter?
Like, man, I don't want to eat that human squawk, and it's so old now, it's coagulating. Throw it out. Oh my god.
Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
What, like you need me to hold your hand to tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Well, I mean, this one is a bitch. These two aren't, though.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
Why is this represented by one? So if I mouse over this, this highlights everything here, though. Means I probably shouldn't click on that. That might be a glitch or something. There's more of you now.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
How would we even do that? Where would we start?
We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it.
Hermes, put your stand back. Stop it.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
Can't even follow what's going on anymore.
We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Like, these are all highlighted as one answer for some reason. What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. You can call me Princess, if you'd like. Princess. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names.
How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you.
And do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
Everything you've heard about me is true, and I'm going to lay waste to everything, starting with you.
Jesus.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up.
Expand Dawn?
Do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
Right.
Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
So now we can only really touch on this.
Wait, that's not right.
Okay, that was intentional. That wasn't a glitch. That was intentional.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture.
Oh, now we're
The
splitting.
room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't
Jesus
fun.
Christ.
How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it falls apart.
What the
I think
fuck?
he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
I think this is...
What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
What the fuck?
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
No. I'll do my best. Whoops. You'll never know. The illusion of choice, when everything is possible, nothing is. One with nothing moment. You'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Where's that mirror again? Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing. Okay. You're not messing with us, right?
Silent as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Decay, you've withered. Okay, this is definitely different than what we've seen before. You know, this is interesting. So every time we bring, you know, the princess in the long quiet, whenever we bring her a new piece of herself, she changes, but also we change at the same time. Really lending more credence to this interesting idea of, like, this ethereal Eldritch romance between two, like, weird pseudo-philosophical beings. It's very weird. Long quietly doesn't even have a Game Boy. What does she do? She just waits for us, is what she does. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. We're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you. No, I don't want to say that. That's mean. Maybe it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Can she say something simple? My brain is... Honestly, she keeps saying things that are very simple. It's just she uses the most complicated poetic language to say them. That's what I was getting on about yesterday when I said she's really, like, making a mouthful of very, very easy concepts. What do you think of this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
Voice of the onion, voice of the gun, voice of the sleepy, voice of the pollo.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
We got the voice of the Wanya. You know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward. except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you'll want when we finish?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Ask her, why do they call it oven when you... Ask her, why do they call it oven when you of in the cold food out of hot eat the food? Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
Aww.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets.
Should have read that. It's alright.
My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
Attack the entity, destroy your body. What do these even mean? I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
It goes dark and you die. Fucking die! The spiral vessel, bring the stranger to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Okay, so let's save the game again. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
So the only problem is that I want to do the stranger again, but I want to go down one of the different paths. Whoops, I used my normal thing. I used my normal clicker, not the laptop clicker.
Unfortunately.
Oh, I don't have the option to go backwards anymore, so I can't really go and see what other things happen on the path of the stranger. That was unfortunate. I should have been smarter and actually saved right at the staircase, but I forgot to. Voice of the Redditor. Actually, saving her is wrong because she is capable and it is patriarchal to save her. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face. You know, one thing I like about this game is that there's such a large multitude of dialogue options that a lot of them don't feel completely stupid or forced. A lot of them feel like logical things to say. Like, often in RPG video games, even in visual novels, there'll be lots of moments where you'll see dialogue options and you'll be like, well, I don't want any of these. I don't want to say any of this. I want to say something that makes more sense than this. But in this game, there's so many dialogue options that there's always one that makes sense. Like, from a completely, and utterly logical perspective. Redditors, when they see the story archetype of a person going on a journey to save a loved one. Yeah.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I think we're gonna try the beast again. Because I whiffed that one. Did you get grief yet? Nope. We got... So we just got the stranger, and then yesterday we got adversary and the thorn. I think we'll try beast again.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I think last time I came down silently and then I tried to leave silently.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
We're gonna get the Discord mod. She's gonna complain about how hygiene standards are problematic. Oh no! That's gonna be the only one that the princess in the long quiet is gonna be like, ew, I don't want this, and then throws it out. I don't want to be a Redditor. Or a Discord mod.
She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit further.
Okay.
Going to do if I I don't see a thing that lets me go backwards. What am I gonna do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. There has to be an alternative way to get to the beast ending, right? Because we missed it last time. So you're to slay, you're supposed to... You're apparently supposed to end the world. I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
She gets out, she'd abolish the IRS, that's why they hate her. The government put her here.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Well, you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
What if the princess glows in the dark? Oh no.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk.
What if she locked herself down here? I mean, I have no idea. Because we don't really know, we don't really yet know the context of the entire reason the scenario keeps looping this way. Because ultimately, it ends with two ethereal entities speaking to each other in the long quiet. The scenario itself just keeps replaying otherwise, though. So there's, like, not a lot of contextual information. All we know are her, and then all the voices that end up in our head. I'm still trying to get back to the beast ending, so I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Oh.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Lock her in the basement.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins.
Yeah, well, I'm not given the choice to attack her right now, or go get the knife.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going?
Okay.
You can't just leave me here.
Okay, this leads to the beast ending, alright.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
Use the chancla!
Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her away.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
He's a Redditor, you can block the door with a job application. Oh, if it were only so simple.
Sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
All that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster.
I can be innocent and harmless, if you want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
I was looking up cute fonts on Pinterest and typed cute francs. Did you get snacks?
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Jesus.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
What the fuck?
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
This scene, but it's a ghost hunter YouTuber.
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
She can fix me. Man, I love a woman that will actually just kill me.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
Oh my god, guys, she's killing us right now. Remember to smack that like button.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Nightmare. Alright. I was trying to get the beast again, but I couldn't figure out how.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
He's going to kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
You only live once, unless you a zombie.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
Voice of the paranoid.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Narrator trying to dap you up, but he's a hoe.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already got now, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it. You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you... Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
This whole cabin is different than I remember it being.
Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here.
See these eyes looking at us.
Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this. You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
Can we have an AR-15? No. Can we have a nuclear missile?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
How hard is it to throw a knife?
It can't be that hard. But then we'd lose our weapon. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place, it'll be enough.
Idiot narrator never gives us a gun. Man, it's almost like he doesn't have any ability to do fuck all, you know? So, like, the mistake I made last time was I didn't do a save during some periods with, interesting things, because we can continue onward like this, or we can step into the void. But try stepping in the void first.
You attempt to step off the stairs and into the pitch black surrounding them, but you're stopped by an invisible force. Why did you do that? What did you think would happen?
I was curious.
Congratulations, you really lucked out. Of all the things that could have happened from stepping into a void, nothing is quite possibly the best outcome you could have gotten. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
So I can see her eyes down the right path. Let's go down the right path.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Jesus!
I told you I was going to find
Jesus
you.
Christ!
As the princess approaches,
Oh,
your
never
legs
mind,
suddenly
baddie.
go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Yes, it is. It is a nice aesthetic. I also like the black.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
Like a decompression death.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Liver. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want to... Okay, but whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Then the experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Onion heart brain sandwich. Sandoichi.
You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Nerves, heart.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
Toss the blade and remain with your nightmare. I do an awful lot of not slaying her. Pretty often, huh? Why won't you finish me off?
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across
Oh,
the
God.
base of your neck. It feels like static. And then...
Hey, snap out of it.
Shit. Make her stop. Okay.
Okay, deep breath. Deep breath. We're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. You're back. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
One moment, and then you're gone. Just like that. Ah, and there's the fear.
She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that.
Heart, lungs, anus, balls. Oh, God. Gotta stop the CBT from exploding our testicles. What happened after you killed me last time?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can move without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
You need me alive, then why did you threaten me on the stairs? Why didn't you try to be nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
Oh, fuck you.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
What if this isn't a part of the long quiet princess that I want to continue to survive?
Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart.
We did it. We actually did it.
You actually went for it. Oh, you're going to regret this. I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now.
Can she? We've already seen how she can change. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
You're not.
She falls to the ground,
God damn it!
unmoving.
You're not getting those stairs back. I'll see you when you finally decide to die. Okay.
Oh, can stop now, can't I?
Also, I don't even know what achievement I just got. Fuck. Ah, whatever, it's too late.
I can. Finally. And now that she's gone, you can let us out of here. Right? But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? Now she's dead. I don't like to think what that means for us. It means that you're stuck here. Forever. No. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, I hate this. Time passes. Forever's gonna end. Eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever, though. Does it? What do you mean? We still have a way out, clutched in our hands. Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? I guess that hasn't stopped us before. That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die? Because right now, you don't want us to do that. You're right. I don't. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care? I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours.
Because the narrator's a part of us. If we kill ourselves, we kill the narrator.
Why? What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life. Exactly. I don't have to answer that.
The narrator is the only one that actually dies every time. Well, our other schizophrenia voices at least reset. But yeah, technically, yeah, from a perspective of every time, yeah, I think you're correct. Not a creature of biology. Won't I starve or die of dehydration before forever happens?
That's a grim thought, isn't it? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along. You don't have to starve to death. You have our way out. Use it.
Of course. You stuck here with us, are you capable of going other places?
I'm stuck here with you. I wish I were.
Yeah, because you are a part of us, I assume.
Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest.
I get it. You don't want us to die because you'd be lonely. How sweet.
Unlike you, I'm not capable of being lonely. Oh, sure you are. Give it some time without us, and I'm sure you'll start feeling lonely.
Okay, now. Time to seppuku.
Remove the blade from the princess's body. What exactly are you planning on doing with it?
Slay yourself. It's not like it matters if I die. I'll just come back again.
Again? That's unfortunate. You were only supposed to be here once. I don't like the way you said that. You knew this was a possibility, didn't you? Of course I did. Though I'd rather hoped I was the first one. That explains a lot, though. Oh, you bastard. How much are you not telling us? Plenty. But it's all in your best interest. And the world's. And mine. She's dead and we're stuck in a hell void forever. How could telling us your secrets possibly hurt anyone?
Wait, like, he said one time, I need to go pour myself a stiff drink, so he's outside the world or something, right? Well, he could have just been making up, like, a fucking metaphor. We didn't hear, like, any noises of him, like, thumping away and then pouring any fluid and then drinking. We didn't hear the ting of any glass or ice or whatever, so, like, I don't think there's actual evidence that he's outside of the game, or outside of our perception. He could still just be a type of inner monologue. Just like the other voices. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because this game is very cerebral.
It just can. Look, this world is saved, but if you start over, for all you know, you're just putting another world in danger. You barely managed to land the killing blow here. What if you don't manage it next time? I've already said too much, really. You won't get another word out of me on the subject.
Can you tell me your secrets now?
No.
About now? Is it secret time?
Still no.
I'm gonna wear you down eventually. You might as well spill those sweet, sweet secrets now. Then we'll have something else to talk about.
You're not going to wear me down. Oh, we should ask him one more time. He's on the cusp of sharing secrets. I can feel it. I'm not. Either way, at least needling him is something to do. The narrator ignores you. You can't just describe yourself ignoring. You can. The narrator continues to ignore you.
Damn! Oh, it left the option away. Okay. Do we kill ourselves or do we starve to death? I imagine starving to death is pretty goddamn painful, but at the same time, can't you just, like, sleep through a lot of it? Like, it must be absolutely horrendous, but can't you, like, just fall asleep and just let it happen sometimes? I kind of want to go and talk to... You probably get so fatigued you just sleep to death. Yeah, I imagine that's how it probably is. Throw the blade into the void or kill ourselves.
I don't like this, but I suppose there's not much I can do to stop you, is there?
Time to seppuku.
You raise the blade to your neck and slit your carotid artery. Here we go.
What the fuck? That was a crazy noise.
You'd better get this right next time, do you hear me? Don't blow it. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Wraith! Interesting. So we don't go to the... Okay.
You're on a path in the wood. Shit. This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Yes, so it does.
The cold. Voice of the cold.
No, there has to be a way out of here. There just has to be.
And we're so schizophrenic.
What if we do what she asked us to last time? What if we just let her leave? Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Great. So you probably already know all about her and all about the threat she poses to the world. Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any way. If she gets out, the world ends and everyone ends with it. Yourself included. Oh, threatening us with death, are we? And why should we be afraid of dying? We've already done it twice. All death has done is shunt us back to these woods, where we're forced to listen to your empty warnings again and again. This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same path in the woods anymore. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright?
you the same narrator we met on the other loops? You were quick to accept that we've been here before.
Suspiciously quick. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. Is that supposed to be a riddle? If it is, it's not very good. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us. They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
We've killed her and been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to fall through this loop forever, eventually we're going to let her out. We might as well do it now.
You're making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever. Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point. Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't. And you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating. Everyone is manipulating us. We're starting to see the threads now. We just have to avoid getting tangled up in them. On second thought, let's not kill him. Let's throw him someplace that never ends. I'd like to see what that does to him.
What happens if we don't go to the cabin? That's the other option.
And she finds a way out on her own. So, standing around out here is the same as us letting her out. Only we don't have to see her. That's got to be better, right? No, it's strictly worse. And why is that? Because it's cowardly, for starters. And because the unknown is always worse than the known. But really, all you're doing right now is weighing two considerably bad options. The only solution worth considering is slaying her, and whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that, a delusion. If you already managed to end her in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong.
Let's go talk to her.
You continue down the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. I don't like any of our options here. It feels like we're being driven down the tracks to some awful inevitability. There must be something we're missing, something that would make everything make sense. Maybe letting her out really is the answer. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
Oh, we know that you care, narrator. You can't hide that.
It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Are you trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you just given up?
There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue. Would you look at that? We won. Take it however you will. The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... That's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Of course there isn't a mirror. There wasn't one last time either, so why would it be there this time?
I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Pretend there's a mirror at the end of the hallway and that right now we can't see behind it. What's there? What's behind it?
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement.
Are you saying there isn't a door? Are you saying that at the end of the hallway there's just an opening again?
He didn't say door, did he? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening.
It's just like last time, isn't it? Only instead of a visible empty void, there's an invisible one. For all we know, she could be standing right there behind the mirror. For all we know, she's going to jump out at us, and there's nothing we can do to stop her.
Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you. Certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement. You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward, towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched.
Oof.
Oh, do we? Do we feel like we're being watched? I hadn't noticed. At least you're admitting to it now.
You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
I hate that I know what's about to happen. Knowing makes it so much worse.
You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening.
Well, that was a close one. All that stress and lead up for nothing.
Hopelessly staring into the void. I'm glad I made a lasting impression.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts.
This is fucking awesome.
Your bones snap.
Like she just became more and more of like a psychic, like, menace. The longer we went down this path.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with a terrifying
Oh my
visage
God!
of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
Yeah, see, we're like this weird bird creature. A dinosaur person or some shit.
You killed me last time, and that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom, but then you took my body away from me. So now, I'm going to take yours, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it, completely helpless, just like you left me.
Okay, maybe letting her in isn't the best idea. She clearly hates us.
And what's your point? I thought you wanted to get out of here. This is a way out, and it's different. We might as well take it.
Yeah, but not like this. She's going to make it hurt.
Then turn off the part of you that feels things. Oh, like it's that easy? It is. Pain is just another sensation. If you can tolerate joy, you can tolerate pain. Except that pain hurts. Yes, that's what it does. That's the definition.
Do we need to explain to you why pain is bad?
You need to explain to yourself why it isn't.
Jesus. Look, we're even now. You killed me, then I killed you. Water under the bridge, right?
I think you forgot something. Like the part where all this started when you left me to languish in a pit all by myself. Now I've become something so much worse. And it's all thanks to you. If I were you, I would just want to get it over with. You've lost your chance to call the shots. There's no going back to fix it now. You can either look on in horror or celebrate my freedom. But either way, you're about to become a passenger.
Do you need to take my body? Can't I just open the door for you?
You locked me in a basement and then you killed me. Oh, we're past the point of compromise. I'm taking your body, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
You remain pinned to the floor
Jesus
of the long hallway
Christ.
as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours.
Jesus
her
Christ.
neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock.
Manifest.
I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon. So I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too.
Okay, deep breath. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Is it? Is there any conceivable way that this is fine?
Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than last time. At least our organs aren't failing. At least I can actually talk.
It is fine. Everything is always fine. These consequences have no real impact on us outside of momentary discomfort. I'm sure we'll be moving on again soon enough. Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong.
What if she can now hear the voices in our head as well? What if that is going to give her some sort of perspective if she can hear them?
It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. It's rather rude to show up in somebody else's body and boss it around like
this. She can hear some of the voices inside us.
We were gonna let you out of it. That's the whole reason we marched all the way back up to the cabin. Were we? I was. I know you were, but you were only doing it for the wrong reason. And what reasons are those supposed to be? Nobody should be able to be judge, jury, and executioner.
This is the most schizophrenic thing I have ever seen in a video game! Imagine the demon possesses you, and then all of your separate voices are arguing with it. And you can't even move or do anything because they're all just fucking arguing. You're just standing or sitting there vacantly. Anybody around you is like, what the fuck is going on with him? What? Do you think we're drooling? Whoops, I clicked out. We're doing an NPC idle animation.
We weren't always like this. We
up.
We weren't always like this. I've always been like.
We don't have to let her out. I've been storing up a little bit of will since she forced her way in here. Take it and throw us all into the basement. It's better than giving her what she wants.
Let's be real here. I think in this particular path, I think she was being unreasonable. We were like, I'm gonna leave you here for like a little while I think about what to do. And then she's like, no, and then she shut off our organs and killed us. I think in this particular path, she is still in the wrong. So, no, I'm not gonna concede to her.
Still slumped against
if
the
possible.
wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. I know you feel it too.
Throw ourselves into the
In a
abyss.
single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss. Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter. We're putting in everything we have. You're not. You're thinking too much about how she's hurting us. You're thinking too much about your body. It's just a body.
Yeah, it's just a body now, but I made do so many terrible things to you.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the next one we all go. 1, 2, 3.
You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
We just got an achievement that was called The Exorcist 3. I don't know if that means there's 2 other Exorcist achievements, or if it's a reference to the idea that this is the 3rd Exorcist movie. It's one of those 2 things. Voice of the Cold is such a little bitch. It's a little bit of a bitch, but he also kind of goes hard a bit. Like saying shit like, oh, you know, it's just pain, who cares? You know, like, I think that kind of goes hard. But he also is a conceited little numbnuts that sees no meaning in anything, which is obviously stupid.
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall.
We did it! We actually did it!
Yes, we've really shown them all. I don't think this qualifies as saving, but at least you didn't ruin it. What happens now? I want to know what he thinks happens now.
Why? What do you know that you're not telling us?
Idiot! Terminal velocity ceases and you feel something, a mass, a growth, torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment.
What is happening?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't particularly want this extremely evil version of her to be taken in by the long, quiet princess, but that's what happened. But you don't answer her before she's gone, and you feel a resistance underneath your feet once more. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Oh, there's that mirror again.
It'll be okay, just trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. It's calling us. And not in a good way. You don't need to comfort them.
Based. It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. We'll trust you. Whatever makes you happy.
So I guess we'll start on another path, but we probably won't finish it tonight because we have, sub 20 minutes. Well, theoretically we could go on for like another 40 or 50, but preferably we don't want to go super overtime. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. God, the remains. You're unraveled. We're like skeletal now. I like the long quiet. Peaceful place. Kind of reminds me of Headspace in Amori. Except there's someone here with us, which is very, very intriguing.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
True. You have thoughts on this vessel.
This one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No. The point of awakening is to find out.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the Narrator, and he wants me to kill you. You have a Narrator. Have the vessels had one?
No. Their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your Narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
All of these are saying he does. But you're going to keep that to yourself, so we're asking her to keep this a secret? He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him.
There's no need for you to know what you are going to do before you do it. If you find him, remember that I'll be waiting for you on the other side.
This game is so fucking interesting. I hope it doesn't amount to like a really shallow premise, but I'm also not really disappointed by its direction that it's going. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Oh, wait, really? I didn't realize you only need like 4 endings to finish this game. I I guess we could replay this game then several times to try and see every single ending we've never seen before. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Intriguing. Save here. This is the last stage before your completion, but I'm not going back. I'm just stay here. It says to collect extras, it can only take like 5 hours, and the main story run is only 3 hours if you don't go back to do more ending. Oh, I expected this game to be a lot longer.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
It's gonna close the game out again. There is no waiting forever. Huh. I was under the impression this game would be like 25 hours. Yeah, I was too. I was like, surely you have to get like every single ending, but okay.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
We're gonna replay this game once or twice after this, because I want to literally see every single ending. But let's try and get this version of our build-a-waifu. Like, let's get this last ending perfect. We're gonna do an ending that's really, really, really happy and shit. Seething vessel, bring the Wraith to her.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
This is the one where we do the best possible outcome.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So, I am not actually sure whether or not we need to take the blade to free her or not. So I'm saving here, and I will reload the game. Is there like a reload option? Yes, there is a reload option. So I'm gonna try where we take the blade and then try to use it to free her. That's what I'm gonna attempt to do. Well, I don't know. We'll try doing without the blade the first time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Oops.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
See what I can do. Examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabinet.
If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Oh, I think I fucked up.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Talk to her a little longer, but otherwise we'll
You make your
reload.
way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Jesus!
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess!
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp. and it
Jesus
takes little effort to
Christ.
crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
This is fucking creepy.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know
isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Chapter 2 is the simp. I think it's the smitten is what he is. This is an ending I do remember. That's why I know it's like the good ending.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
That's kind of funny.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
The Damsel. There we go. Alright. Maybe we can go a little bit over time. Maybe.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love. Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore it. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
You're here to slay the cabin? Yeah, I did sort of skip through that.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
It's kind of unfortunate the smitten is so cringe.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Which mirror?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. There was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
See, like, we're some Kenku or some shit. Aarakocra or something. Do another save at this particular location, because I don't know what will happen if we take the blade or not. I'm going to take the blade because I know that I have to use it to cut her out again. These guys always have the mirror conversation as if they've never seen it before. Yeah, because they always forget it. Yeah.
You take the blade from the table.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
Predicted what, though?
Yes, for everyone's
he's a
sake,
simp?
you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Yeah, the way Yat talks is kind of simpish, but it's also sort of... It's in its own way correct.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud already.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
White girls fuck birds, apparently.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by...
Milady.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset.
Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
We're gonna get a voice that's just a bird going...
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Man, I wish you weren't so cringe, Smitten.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
If I'm gonna be honest, I think the sweetest ending we've gotten so far is the Thorn. I think the Thorn is very, very interesting.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
But I want to make sure that the final lady in the Quiet Dark, I want to make sure that the last one we give to her is like one that's really, really okay. No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
I have to cut you out again. I really didn't care for that last time.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Oh. I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Let's see. She doesn't seem to care if she killed us before. Well, what if she did? Let's take a look.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? Yes. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Nah.
I can't believe it. I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. Are you sure you want to do this? Just one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade is buried in her back, and everyone out there is saved.
Booba indeed, yes. What are you, gay, narrator? The narrator is clearly gay.
Is that a threat? You know what we'll do if you try it. You're going to regret this.
Nope.
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. This whole thing of, I don't know, what do you want to do? I don't know, what do you want to do? Man, mood. Very familiar. I don't know. Something isn't right? No, 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 no. There must be something you want.
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Ooh, the music's getting weird. Big ol' anime eyes. Also Tig Bitties. So. Save again. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Uh-oh, her art's becoming simpler.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
This isn't right. Let's just get out of here.
That sounds perfect.
Yes, okay.
Oh, phew. She's back to normal.
Okay, so we recovered. We're gonna get the good ending, alright.
Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. Absolutely flawless.
As the princess takes your hand in hers, you let your blade tumble uselessly to the floor, and with it tumbles the last hope for the entire world.
Yeah, let's just get rid of the simp and just have a normal relationship with her in the Eldritch realm of the quiet dark, or the long quiet, or whatever.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made, and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
We'll only have a long dong unless we're like a duck person. But I don't think ducks have claws like these. I think we would have like webbed hands if we were a duck person. So we probably don't actually have an unusually long dong.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think we can open it if we try together.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech.
You know what? You know who's more cringe than the smitten? The narrator.
And lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs. Her freedom and the world's ruin are just a few moments away. If you don't mind, I'm going to fix myself a drink before you ruin everything. If I'm about to see the end of the world, I'd rather not see it sober.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
Achievement, romantic haze. Your love will set you free. Alright.
A happy ending at last.
I hear the threads.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Why does her smile remind me of Tub Tub? I don't understand. Because her smile is that of head empty.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Jesus Christ, no. We're not gonna skin ourselves alive, dude. Alright. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket. Nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Is that a mirror?
It's gonna be okay, just trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Her boobs got bigger when she's cold. Someone put on the AC. Worldwide AC. Call it the Ice Age. You're gonna need a lot more than that dress.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's not the end. Whatever's on the inside is going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
And boop. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all? What? What? Bird, 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 bird. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it, a figure, faint and veiled in the shadow just beyond the reflection. Well, there we are. There's... What? Explore. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
What? Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. The one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she's death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
That she contains death. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
Becomes that which others perceive her to be, but an echo can't perceive. If you want me to destroy the concept of transformation, how is that existence any better than death, or even different from death at all? Honestly, it feels worse. If I destroy her, won't I be alone?
Yes, you will. But it will all be worth it. broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
What? Others like you. You said something like that, or has every narrator really been different? Others like you said something. Okay.
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
What would it be like to live in a world without her?
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
I think I vaguely understand. If she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small? You know, with the looping, so many times you denied it.
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
I don't work the way a living being does? Not anymore? Am I not a living being?
You never were. You are the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. For a time, this construct could help you approximate being alive, confining your mind to a single reality. But you've experienced far too many lives for it to work much longer.
You have a good night, CJ. We'll see you next week. You are the Long Quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. For a time, this construct could help you approximate being alive, confining your mind to a single reality. What the fuck? Anyone else know about this? Does anyone else know about us? I don't want to be a god, I want to be me.
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
Death of the author. Run out of questions. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Yeah, no, I don't think I need to rid the world of the concept of death. Also, I understand that this is... That's sort of a thing I could talk about for, like, literally, like, 10 hours, but... In the context of this game, I don't think I'd want to eliminate the ability for people to grow and change.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The long quiet, all of this is you. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. A loving vessel, bring the damsel to her. Alright. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Interesting.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Okay, yeah, let's be gods of whatever new existence this is.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
No, I don't know. I think we might be getting a waifu here. Did you know about the Echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I am the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound. A pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Please don't kill me.
When the Echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
You got a pair of shifting mounds.
So,
I think we got a lot more than a pair here.
Destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning. Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I don't know. I feel like the world, in the context of this game, should not be rid of fundamental forces, necessarily, in the context of this game. Everything being in stasis forever sounds like not how things should be. Now I understand why he says that releasing her is to doom the world, because in his mind, if entropy is destined to destroy everything eventually, that means her existing means that entropy will eventually destroy everything. Which is kind of fucking stupid. Kind of reminds me of JoJo, like part 6. About like trying to restart the universe and end free will. It's like, sure, it's an interesting existence to contemplate, but the world shouldn't necessarily be without fundamental forces in the context of a story like this. There's like a lot of weird science fiction things I could talk about, but this isn't really a science fiction idea. This is like a spiritual fantasy thing, so. There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is it all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions. I need answers before I can make a choice. I'll let you out. An entire world ends for good. I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it.
Alright.
Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so
Excuse
be
me?
it.
What? No, what? You can knock them out next stream based on your save location.
Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
You lifting me lifting you. Soon by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us. I am not... This is so abstract, it's... I was blinded by emotion, we both know that. I guess?
We were both taken by the moment. It was how things are meant to be.
No? Stop the fight early and surrender? When forced between choosing death and forfeiting your body, you chose agency, but agency requires action, and action requires an endless tapestry of events, and in your final moments, would you remove action itself from reality? Would you remove action itself from reality? No?
Then accept the world as it is now, with both of us a part of it. Finances mob you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again. And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything. A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
Seemed in pain. I'm sorry for what I did to you. But it was the only thing I could do.
I saw with a single pair of eyes what I needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are. A thought is a vine.
and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Cannot nurture that which cannot change. True? Of course I helped you. I didn't want us to hate each other.
Then help me again. We are each other's liberation.
The sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. A past that is also present. A pain that is everything and yet nothing at all. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
It was unnecessary. We could have worked together to build something better. Yeah, I think I'm going to say this.
But for us, that was better.
For me, there was no better end. I lost myself in an artistry so profound that it lifted both of us into something greater.
Clash between you and Bates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
We're both gods, though, actually. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Kind of sounds exactly like what gods do. So, I mean, easy to believe in things, the things you believe when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
No, I think this is a good love story. It's just very, very strange and abstract, and it's gonna take me a while to parse it all out. I was told that there was enough of you in me to preserve meaning in existence. I'm going to trust that's true. Ooh! Oh god, this is so fucking interesting. I don't know what to do. Page 1, page 2. I just want less academia paragraphs! I like the weird philosophy shit. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. You think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something out of it. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
I didn't mean for this to be a 3-hour stream. You have no idea how good it is to hear
It's
you.
good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence.
Maybe we have to defeat her in this argument, and then we get the normal romance life or something.
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go.
I don't even know what's happening entirely. I just want...
Here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Like that full-time state?
Of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really mentioned the windows, did he? There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
So, my assumption about this game very early on, that this is like about two weird eldritch divine beings, it's correct. And that's why it's so confusing, because everything that's happening is happening in the forms of metaphors made real. So obviously it seems pretentious and abstract, but I actually like the way it's doing it. It's just, the problem is that I'm also stupid, so even though I like pretentious, abstract shit, it's hard for me to immediately understand exactly what's happening. But it seems like a divine love story squabble. I like the idea, I just don't like it's super highbrow talking. Yeah, it could be conveyed in a way that's both abstract but also less confusing, but also, I don't know, I'm not gonna fault a dev and a writer for wanting things to be grandiose in the way they're spoken. Especially since I think it's in the nature of godlike beings to speak this way. I think that actually does make sense, like a character perspective, that they would speak so highbrow, because we're divine beings, but you know, whatever. I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he? The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
I've just started so many games and stories that were good mysteries, but then turned into philosophical crap that spoiled a good mystery, so I'm a bit bitter. I mean, I think this is going the way we thought it was going very early on. It's just that it's using language that's confusing, so it's hard to parse out. I think it's otherwise doing exactly what at least I expected it to be doing. For the first time we were here, the first time we heard her voice.
I don't know what you want for us.
She sounded just like that. Timid and gentle. Only she didn't know us.
Continue down the stairs.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
What's that knife for? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to kill me? What if we just talk for a bit? Maybe we can figure this out.
I'm just gonna sit with her. Are you the same as you are out there?
I don't feel the same. I feel smaller.
My god, no, girl, you talk so much, just kill her. No. No. No, I want the build a waifu ending. I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this.
I don't think there's a way out, but Maybe there doesn't have to be an ending. I'm able to do the things you believe me to be able to do. So make me put it all back. Help me fix the Echo's construct and make us both forget. Help me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up, before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, then don't they continue to die and suffer? We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually. Talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before?
Maybe we have done all of this before. Maybe we're supposed to do this forever.
Whoops. You know, things won't end worse. What if when I make my way back here I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
None of that will happen. Because you'll still be you, and I'll still be me.
How do you know that? We'd have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually something is going to be different.
I know because it doesn't matter how many times we've hurt each other. I've never stopped caring about you. And if you feel the same, then everything is going to be okay.
This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again.
But you won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
I don't want to forget you.
I don't want to forget you either. But unless we do this, you'll have to choose, right now, between me and everyone else.
Is there any other way?
I think you brought that knife down here for a reason. It has to be a part of how this ends.
No. Don't tell me that we have to either kill her or continue, or this goes on forever. No! We're gonna find ourselves back here eventually.
And when we do, we'll make the same choice. We'll choose to forget, and we'll reset everything, again.
I take it all back. I don't want this. I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god?
It feels like it is.
No!
You wouldn't have come here if you were just going to go back.
Fuck. Well, we were gonna replay the game anyway. Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, then don't they continue to die and suffer?
If you can believe this helps them, then it will help them, right?
Fuck! Well, let's be real here. We can just continue. We were gonna replay the game anyway. So. Fuck that. I'm not killing her. No, I want her to live. If the point of this divine romance is that these gods are willing to resign themselves to the fate of being powerless and forgetting each other but meeting each other again forever, that is in its own intriguing way. That is a very cosmic and interesting idea. That they love each other too much to change an outcome. They would rather exist in a cycle forever and ever. Oh, I like it. Because I ain't fucking killing her. Fuck that. No. Like, the last time we played through this game to see all the endings, I think what'll happen is that I'll just be like, okay, let's leave. Instead of going to this stage of the ending. All right, okay, then let's do it. I believe in us.
Okay, if this is your choice, then we're doing it. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand. She raises her gentle eyes to ours, a fondness in her gaze.
Everything is going to be okay. I love you too.
You're on a path.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, well. Thank you all very much for joining me here tonight. I really appreciate you coming here and hanging out with me. We will be back in 4 days. Wednesday, if you live in the United States. I'll be 29 instead of 28 by then, because the day of March of the 12th will have passed. I have to get out of here really fucking quick here. I didn't think this would go this long. I thought it would be... I didn't think there would be, like, this weird divine battle conversation thing we would do. But, like... And I can always share my thoughts in the game next Friday, obviously. But I do want to say, even though the game is confusing me because I am a stupid person, I still really, really, really like this. I still think this is sitting at like an 8 out of 10. With the only reason the other 2%, the discrepancy of the 9 and the 10 is that I need more time to understand what the fuck is even happening. But other than that, I really like this shit. I really like this ridiculous cosmic divine Eldritch nonsense type of crap, and to take that Eldritch nonsense and then turn it into like this strange romance between divine beings, I think is very interesting. It feels like you know what it feels like? It feels like a creation myth, is what it feels like. This feels like a creation myth that's being played out. And I think that's so interesting. And maybe by the time I understand the game better from thinking it over more and more and more and seeing more and more endings, I think I'll grow to like it more, or maybe I'll grow to like it less if it turns out to be, like, a bit shallower than I assume. But I won't know until I have done that, and obviously I want to see more endings of this game, want to see more incarnations that we can go through. Because I assume there's a lot more than 4 incarnations, because we missed one, and then there were several others we missed, and we just kept stumbling over until we found 4 semi-randomly. So, yeah, I like the game, but I need to get the fuck out of here. So, if you haven't been new here, and you enjoyed hanging out with us tonight, if you think I deserve a follow, I'd appreciate that quite a bit. We stream 3 times a week for approximately 2 hours, usually not 3 hours. And this stream will be re-uploaded to YouTube tomorrow night, where we'll join every single stream I've ever done. So if there are any you want to catch up on, you can find all of them there. Link is in the About section. And yeah, so thank you all very much for being here. I appreciate your support in every capacity. I hope you have a good afternoon, evening, morning, etc. I will see you all again soon. Next week, on Wednesday, will be Cat Tales, and then next Friday, we will continue with Slay the Princess. Ciao!